EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show and online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do, and when we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to discounts, promos, past interviews, check out www.tcconnector.com. So now, shortly after the holidays, there's going to be a special event held at the Navy SEAL Museum in Fort Pierce to honor veterans who have received the Purple Heart Medal. And joining me in the studio today is a gentleman who served in the Army during Vietnam as an infantry squad leader with the 101st Airborne Division with the 20th Special Forces Group. Lloyd Lasenby is here to share his story, why he founded the Purple Heart Cane Project, and to talk about this amazing event coming up in January. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. This is always a pleasure to be with you and Cindy, and I enjoy it. The Purple Heart Cane Project, I'm co-founder and president. It started 3 years ago. We want to, like you say, honor the combat wounded and Gold Star families.
Right.
And it's just a project I believe in wholeheartedly. And as you know, a team is everything. And I have a wonderful team, and they're dedicated, and it's just a great project. And I get excited about it. We do it out at the SEAL Museum. We have applications coming in this year, and I don't know how the word got out so far, but we have people coming from 17 different states, Oregon, Minnesota, Maine, Texas, and I'm going, okay.
It's the power of the interwebs. That's what it is.
Well, I'm a tech tart, so, forgive me for that. We have 42 of the 60 canes we're presenting are from Florida, and they're from the Panhandle all the way down close to Miami. It's just so interesting, and I hope people come out and see what we do and talk to these veterans. The stories are amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You were here a few months back in the fall, and it was to talk about the canes, and we're going to talk about them, in a moment. But then I said to myself, wow, we're leading up to the holidays, and people are making their plans and everything. And sometimes after the holidays are over, right, Cindy, people kind of feel a little sad. That what else do they have to look forward to? And your event, you said a lot of times it sells out and the capacity is 500. So that's why I want people to know about this. Okay, so now if you could just give us a little bit of an overview of the Purple Heart Cane Project. I know you mentioned your team, but just why did you want to get, involved in this?
These guys need to be honored. And anyone from the late 60s, 70s knows the feeling of what the veterans went through.
Initially horrible treatment.
So this is a way of making up to it. Like you say, I'm a Vietnam veteran. I served with the 101st, went back in the military, and did 3 years with 20th Special Forces Group. This project started in Oklahoma many, many years ago. And it gradually spread to hither, thither, and yon. We found out about it, and since Florida has 1.25 million veterans.
Wow.
Second only to, I believe, California.
Yeah, wow.
These guys need to be honored. And our guys put their heart and soul into it, men and women. By the way, if someone would love to learn how to carve, we'd be happy to teach them.
Oh, and we're going to talk about that in the second half, absolutely, so that people don't have to feel nervous about it. So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, this ceremony that we're going to do is open to the public, so please come on in.
And now this is going to be January 25th, 1/25/25.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a nice date, and it's at the Navy SEAL Museum on A1A, and that's North Hutchinson Island, right?
3300 South A1A.
Right. Yeah. So it's the north of the Fort Pierce Jetty.
Just barely.
Just barely. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where the original underwater demolition teams trained in World War II. Yeah.
There's a lot of history there. So now what time is does the ceremony start? How long is it?
We're going to have about 7 World War II veterans there. So I'm trying to keep it
Oh my goodness.
down to an hour and 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
We're presenting 60 canes. So
Wow. Is that like a record, or is that?
No, we did 58, I think, last year, and 60 this year.
Wow.
We're kind of limited by space, and I don't want to keep these guys waiting too long.
Right.
An hour is plenty.
But there's going to be mingling time before and after with people, right?
Exactly. We're going to start the program promptly at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
For military personnel, that's 1,300. There's a joke to be had there for Marines, but I'm going to let it slide.
All right, give them a break. Okay. Yeah.
I suggest arriving early.
Okay.
Parking is going to be an issue. I do have 2 shuttle buses running from the different parking areas to make it convenient. We're going to have a food truck there. Come in, talk to these veterans. Listen to their stories and their experiences. Great bunch of guys.
Yeah.
We are doing 1 cane, and I don't know if you remember the name Hearst.
Yeah.
The gentleman was captured as a POW, went on the death march, survived the death march, then later died of pneumonia. Through modern DNA, they tracked his family.
Okay.
He is now buried just north of Vero Beach, and we are presenting a cane to his family.
Wow.
And that's just, it's...
Yeah. Bring tissues. Okay, I'm talking to you in the audience. Bring tissues in your purse. Just saying. I have a feeling, because I'm going to go. My husband's going to go. Yeah.
Good. It'd be good to see you there. I have one where her brother was killed in action, and she's receiving a cane. I've got one, and he's got 2 or 3 Purple Hearts. I'm trying to remember because I've got so many of them. I'm doing a cane right now. I don't think he'll make this presentation, but we're doing a cane for a gentleman who was killed in action in 1918, in World War I. But we're doing the cane for the family. I've got everybody from private first class all the way up to colonels, and so it doesn't matter the rank, doesn't matter the branch.
Right, of course. This covers all branches of the military.
Yeah, the Purple Heart originally was George Washington, 1782. It kind of fell by the wayside after the Revolutionary War. It was reinstituted from World War I, World War II, and forward. Originally, it was for valor, and then it is for being wounded in combat.
Right.
So these guys have been the tip of the spear. They've been out there.
Yeah.
And they deserve credit, and this is our way of doing it.
Well, absolutely, because it's, very courageous and brave what they did, and the sacrifices that they made,
Exactly. Each cane has got all their ribbons on it, where they've been,
Do you want to hold one up so you can explain that? Cindy
okay.
perfectly balanced it. Sorry, Cindy. Sorry.
Cindy, my apologies. Okay. These canes. This gentleman was with 1st Cavalry, 7th. He was wounded May of 68 in the Ashaw Valley, and again the 1st of November, 67 in what they call Happy Valley.
Oh, that doesn't
We
sound
have
too
silly
happy.
names for things.
Yeah. But those are the ribbons on the back? Is that?
Yes, this is his combat infantry badge, his Purple Heart, his Air Medal, National Defense. He was an expert with a rifle. He was a sergeant. He served in the Army from 67 to 69.
So the whole story is right there. And the top are hand carved. And we're going to talk about that in the second half. But very quickly, though, how do people get tickets?
There are no tickets. It is open to the public.
Oh.
Please come down.
Okay. Very good. I was just under the assumption. Okay, very, very good. And then, so now your website, purpleheartcaneproject.org, so that people can get more information. And if they have any questions, 772-466-5295, and then Lloyd, Lloyd, at purpleheartcaneproject.org. And
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going through all that now. We're going to give this again in the second half, but we're going to take a break because Cindy makes us. Okay.
Well, we got to do what Cindy
We have
says.
to do what iHeartRadio says. So we will be right back. We have a lot more to discuss. Stay tuned.
If you dream of creating a home that embodies sophisticated island living, visit Sunshine Furniture during our Tommy Bahama Home for the Holiday sale. Bedroom, living, and dining room, home office, media, and occasional pieces, Tommy Bahama Furniture is distinctive and unique, yet inviting and comfortable, and is all on sale now. We're also having a huge Black Friday closeout sale on patio furniture, indoor sofas, chairs, occasional tables, and dining sets from Berlin Garden, Windward, Telescope, Lloyd Flanders, Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, and more. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price, and don't forget to visit our outlet and sales center across the street. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and hurry in today for our Black Friday savings.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
Hey, you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Kranker.
And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannonCpohl.com
and LucyKranker.com.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Not paying attention. Sorry, Cindy. I was looking to make sure that I got the name of the Purple Heart Cane Project organization correct. Lloyd Lasenby is a co-founder of this. We were talking about these amazing canes. And before we get back into that conversation, what I'd like to talk about is, you said it takes a team, but it also takes community support when you are a nonprofit.
Yes.
So, and I'm going to just say, ask away, Lloyd, with complete just abandon. What is your wish list? Corporate sponsors, individual donors? Let's talk about it.
Both. I'm not picky.
Sure.
Well, you know me that well. We're a 501c3, so any donations are tax deductible.
Okay.
These canes, by the time we buy the materials, and they're all hand carved, so no one gets paid. But to buy the basswood and the butternut, to buy the glass eyes, to buy the paint, et cetera, we're looking at close to $50 a cane.
Okay.
And we're doing
And then you have 60 this year.
Doing 60 this year. So any help is greatly appreciated.
And not only for the canes themselves, but it's also the paperwork. Like you're sending out applications to people. So it's all of the like office supplies, and then the event itself too. So
yes, definitely. Very fortunate. We've had some people step forward and donate. We could always use some more.
Right. So veteran-owned businesses, perhaps, they might be,
Wonderful suggestion, and they will be mentioned in the program.
Oh, lovely, of course. Yes.
For a veteran-owned business, this would be just such a great fit.
Yeah.
Great fit.
I'm gonna Google after. I'm gonna get you a list. I know people. I know people.
All right.
Yeah.
Way to go. I've been fortunate so far, and I have a great team, and I have great supporters. But we could always do a little bit better. We're always seeming to fall just a little short.
Okay.
But I'm not going to stop doing this. I'm not going to stop demanding the quality.
Yeah.
These things,
they're stunning. And let's talk about that now, because you meet weekly. And where do you meet? And what if somebody's interested, but they feel like they can't do it? They can just go to meetings and watch first.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about that. Where do you meet and all of that?
We meet at Spanish Lakes Fairways, which is right off of Indrio Road.
At 95, yep.
And they allow us to use their craft room one day a week from 10 to 1.
Oh, and what day is it?
On Tuesdays.
Okay.
And if you don't know how to carve, if you can peel a potato, I can teach you how to carve.
Okay.
We have people there that are very confident. Most of my carvers haven't been carving but a year and a half.
Wow.
So...
Oh, and then hold up one of the, or no, Cindy can show it on the TV, on the screen. Those are, one of them is the raw block, and then it's partially carved on the other one.
Right. They're called rough outs, and this is the way we start. Don't feel intimidated. We just work at it. We have coffee, we have donuts, we tell bad jokes, and we have a good time.
Yeah.
I have men, I have women, I have veterans, I have non-veterans. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a great time.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a lot of fun. Okay, so now what I want is, I want to just say again your contact information, if I may. PurpleHeartCaneProject.org is your website, and the phone number is 772-466-5295. Email for you, Lloyd, is lloyd@purpleheartcaneproject.org, and it's LLOYD. And so they can go and get information.
Exactly.
And then if they want to sign up for sponsorships, donate, that type of thing.
Yeah, then please contact me. And if you know someone with a Purple Heart and you think they would appreciate this.
Yeah, then what do they do?
There's an application on both our Facebook page and our web page.
Okay.
And fill it out, send the required documentation with it, and we're good to go.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. And what else would you like to say about the canes? Like, so the carving, and then how does it get assembled? How does it get to be glossy and beautiful and all of that? Science
carver
magic.
By magic, yeah. I just waved my hand. The head is carved. It is attached with a 3.5-inch dowel screw and glued.
Okay.
It's then painted. I'll do the applique and attach it. I have one of our members do the decorative burning, and each cane is numbered.
Okay.
And then it's coated, and it's an heirloom.
I was just going to say, this is the type of thing that gets passed down to generation to generation.
Exactly, and it's a veteran's history. It's a veteran's history, and it's something they should be proud of, and it's something the family's proud of.
Right, but they use them too. These are usable. These are actual canes. So you even said you saw somebody at a restaurant that had one.
Oh, yeah.
A little snafu happened.
Yeah, he dropped the cane and broke the beak, but that was, okay, we fixed it.
You fixed it.
There was a gentleman, a World War II veteran, and I've met so many heroes, but he was with the 82nd Airborne, World War II, Stephen Gabriel. He jumped in San Mariglis in World War II, and he used to frequent a restaurant here in town. And, you know, at 90 years old, I'm sorry, you can do just about anything you want.
You can say anything, eat anything, do anything you want.
But he would show up at the restaurant at 7 a.m.
Okay.
for breakfast.
Okay.
And if they were not open at 7 a.m. promptly, he was using his cane to knock on the door. He used the cane extensively. He passed away, and he actually left the cane to the restaurant.
Wow.
So I've redone the cane. It's on a plaque, and it'll be mounted at Mrs. Mack's sometimes shortly. But the people I've met one gentleman has 6 Purple Hearts, Medal of Honor recipients.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to joke, but you know I'm a little goofy sometimes. Does that mean he gets 6 canes? No. Okay, fine. It's a valid question. I'm not.
Nice try, though.
Okay.
Nice try out.
Okay.
Melvin Morris, a Medal of Honor recipient. Ed Britt, who's passed, as you know, is Command Sergeant Major, 5th Special Forces Group. You remember the movie Band of Brothers?
Yes.
Rudy Warchowski, we presented him a cane.
Wow.
And I was talking to Rudy, and I says, when were you wounded the first time? And he goes, D-Day.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, real heroes.
Yeah, Cindy is telling me that we're coming to an end here. It's just not right. I don't think.
How dare you, Cindy?
Very bossy. You know how it is. So we have about 60 seconds. What would you like to say? I think I want to recap it with January 25th, 2025.
January 25.
Yeah, the purple.
2025, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Please come a little early.
Yes.
Meet the veterans, meet the carvers. Please sit and enjoy the program. It's an experience. We try and make an experience. It's open to the public, so.
Yep. Very good.
Enjoy.
It's the Purple Heart Cane Project Presentation Ceremony.
Yes, ma'am.
I am not saying that fast 5 times. No. But it's a beautiful presentation ceremony. I would want to get there by like 12:30 or 12:15 actually, just so I can park. And I would park a little bit and then walk a little bit. And,
yes. And walk around the museum and meet the carvers, meet the veterans.
Right. And it is an amazing museum, the Navy SEAL Museum. That in and of itself is quite a nice day trip destination.
It is that.
Yeah. Well, very good. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to see you and Cindy.
Yeah. Yeah. We love having you here in the studio. You're not a veteran to being here in the studio. I got a pun in. And I know. And right when I have to end, so she can't yell at me till after. But my name is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. Till next week, I miss you already.